Hi everyone, this is Rob from R&B Reviews, and I will look at a film that's gotten quite a lot of Oscar nominations and quite a lot of word of mouth. It is The King's Speech, starring Colin Firth as Prince Albert, Duke of York. It starts in 1925 when he is asked by his father, King George V, to give a speech at Wembley Stadium. But unfortunately, Albert has a serious stammer. And then the film jumps to the early 1930s, where he goes to different therapists in an attempt to try to cure his stammer, and he finds one in the form of Lionel Logue, played by Geoffrey Rush. Now, from the trailer, this film looked like it was going to be just a stuffy British drama about a prince trying to cure his stammer, but in actuality, it's much, much more than that. It's a very good drama, and it shows a prince who all his life has been put under pressure from practically everyone. For example, his father, King George, wants Albert to learn how to speak so he can give speeches, since he doesn't trust Albert's older womanizing brother Edward, who is next in line to be king, and also he fears there might be another conflict coming up, this time involving Hitler and Nazi Germany. And on top of that, he is afraid of failure. But what got my attention right away about this particular film was the art direction. I felt like I was in the time period. The sets, like the rooms, they looked like they were naturally lit without any studio lights at all. And I wondered if these were actually sets or whether these were real rooms that were inside actual buildings. You know, they looked so real. And the streets outside Logue's office looked like it was in a rundown part of the city because they looked so dirty and all that. It was just, I really felt like I was there, and the acting was also a big plus to the film. Colin Firth, to me, looked credible as he was struggling as he talked, and I felt that he and Geoffrey Rush, they had really, really great rapport together. I really loved the first scene where they meet up in his office for the very first time and trying to break the ice, and I liked seeing them whenever they were on the screen together, as the prince goes through some of Logue's controversial and unorthodox methods. But the best one for me was when Albert begins to open up and talks to Lionel Logue about himself. I went to see this movie, and the screening room was mostly filled with older people, and I was kind of disappointed that younger people weren't there. I hope younger people they check this film out. It's a fine drama. It has some really funny touches, and I give The King's Speech a big see it in theaters verdict. It is a very good movie, and I think you owe it to yourself to see this if you haven't seen it yet. Oh, and one thing, can anyone tell me why this movie is rated R? I mean, I know there's some swearing in a scene. There's a scene where the prince is swearing during a therapy session with Logue, and the film does mention Edward as a womanizer, but I think this movie really did not deserve an R rating. I mean, personally, I think maybe PG-13 perhaps, but I mean R, it wasn't really a movie with a lot of blood and all that stuff. It was a fine drama, and I think it's definitely something that everybody should see. But yeah. Okay, so that's my review on The King's Speech. So you guys know what to do. Leave your comments about the film if you have seen it, or about this video. I greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully we'll see you next time on R&B Reviews.